that if you go to a restaurant, why is it we cannot give tips to someone assisting you before you begin to eat? Why can't we be so kind? Don't you know if you do that, then you get better assistance? But we always want to know what someone else will do for us before we do for them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on the other hand, He gives to us before we even make shukr or thanks. And then He says, and the more shukr, if you check Surah Ibrahim, the more shukr and the more thanks and the more hamd that we do for Allah, it's the more Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us. So He gives us before, and now when we are grateful to Allah, He gives us more. Human beings, on the other hand, whether it be with your spouse, your children, your parents, if your parents give you, then you do for them. If they don't give you anything, you don't do for them. If your spouse does good for you, then you give her or him. If they don't, then you don't give. But why don't we give before someone gives to us? That's a whole different topic. A whole different world by itself. But that's not the topic I wanted to remind myself and you of today. That just came to my mind because sometimes that's how thoughts pass through the mind. But always remember that. We need to learn to give before people give us. Don't just reciprocate. As a Muslim, do you wait for someone to give you salam or you give salam first? Do you wait for someone to tell you, Assalamu alaikum, brother, peace be upon you, then you say, okay, peace be upon you too? No, we were taught to give salam first. We were taught to smile to someone first. This is what Islam teaches us. You don't wait for someone to, and let that be a principle in our life, my brothers and sisters. Let that be a principle in life. And that thought came to my mind because many times I see people do just that. You wait for someone to do for you, and then you do for them. No. And everywhere and anyhow, see if we can do otherwise. And see how much more benefits there are. You go into a restaurant and you give the person tips before. See how much better they will serve you. You wouldn't have to be waiting to ask for a napkin and waiting to ask. They will be asking you, what else you want? Let's learn how Allah has taught us.